Jay-Z or P. Diddy part of the Illuminati? Or is the Illuminati just a conspiracy theory? It's been widely speculated as a conspiracy theory. I want to talk about it on this new episode. Thank y'all for checking me out right here on the LG Experience. This is Podcast Talk. I am your host, Mr. LG. Before we get into that, family, I would like to ask you all to like this channel, like this podcast, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. The Illuminati. I was talking to somebody earlier, and they were showing me a lot of videos and things people were saying about this Illuminati culture. Now, I remember some years back, it was out on some DVDs, and people in the streets were really talking about this Illuminati stuff. It really got really popular in the inner city and throughout the hip hop culture. And Jay-Z was one of those names they just kept mentioning, him and Beyonce. And I watched a couple of those videos, and it's supposed to be some signs you should be able to see within their music videos, and maybe some photographs they have taken publicly. For example, Jay-Z used to use the diamond shape emblem or something, I believe he did an album cover or something like that. He takes several pictures. It was all in his music videos where he's showing his diamond thing, And when it comes to the Illuminati movement, it's usually a eyeball that goes within this diamond shaped thing. But, they've been saying that about them for a very long time. And most of the stuff, with P. Diddy and people like Jay-Z, people been saying some unsavory things about them and say they are part of, all this cult movement that goes on out here in the world. Now, do I believe that it's a cult movement out there? Yes, I do believe it's several cult movements out there. Yeah, people that actually, they create their own religious cult followings and movements. And it can be very much in play that Jay-Z may be a part of that culture. And people like us, we on the outside, and these people live pretty much public lives. And we do believe that Jay-Z is welcomed into that type of club P. Diddy was welcomed into. We do believe that Jay-Z, be around people like that. Now, we don't want to see people go to prison. We don't want to see people go and lose their lives and be taken away from their families or whatever that goes on to that. But if you do certain terrible things, I believe you do need to be taken away from your family. I don't give you no pass to go out and drug people for sexual pleasures, having power over people. So yes, we all think that Jay-Z, yes, being in these powerful rooms with these powerful people, and they pawns, and they can generate a lot of wealth. But when those people done with you, they can also make you poor. They can also get you locked up in prison. That's for sure. So you always got to play that game with those type people. But it's a choice that you make. Just looking at the history of the Illuminati, and people have their own different versions. They say the Freemasons have a lot to do with that. But I know people who follow like Masons, and they call themselves Masons, but they don't know anything about, these Illuminati type things. And then you heard the word Illuminati stems from something illuminating, something that's enlightening. Just looking up how the Illuminati get started. The Order of the Illuminati was a secret group founded in Bavaria in 1776 by Adam Weishaupt. That sounds like a Jewish name. Uh, he believed the monarchy and the church were repressing freedom of thought. Weishaupt decided to find another form of illumination, a set of ideas and practices that could be applied to radically change the way European states were run. His society was partially inspired by Freemasons and was named the Order of the Illuminati to reflect the enlightened ideas of its educated members. So the people who supposed to have been a part of the initial group supposed to be educated people. And I do believe that. You know, I do believe that there are secret societies out there. I do believe there are secret groups that everybody can be a part of. I do believe that there are elite people out there in this world, and they would do almost anything to keep the world in control. Even governments, they even control governments. A lot of these people are involved in governments. Um, a lot of these people are involved in governments. But it's a Republican free thought founded in 1776. And Weishaupt was a professor of canon law at Eagle Stocks and former Jesuit. The members of this secret society called themselves perfectibilists. Their founders' aim was to replace Christianity with a religion of reason, and later did the revolutionaries of France in the 19th century, positivist philosophers Auguste Comte. So, like I said, there's people out there that even Christianity was created. Judaism was created by people. Islam was created by people. And you got people who have their own versions of Christianity. You got these people got their own versions of Islam. So, and I believe that this Illuminati was probably created, like it says right here in this passage, and it's coming from the Britannica. So, Britannica is a credible encyclopedia type of source you can get information from. It's from it's supposed to be from scholarly type information. So yes, I do believe that people out there create their own religions. And we all know Christianity and the major religions of the world, Islam, Christianity, Judaism, it's a cult following. So and this lines up with that idea. And of course, this is back then in the 1700s, so people during that time may have believed there were witches out there, and all this stuff like some devil stuff to me. So I don't actually follow that Illuminati stuff. I listen to some of the people think they're people's opinions about it, but me following it, and being a part of it, that's not my forte. Because I do believe this is some sick psycho type stuff to me. So I prefer to stay away from these type groups. But it's beginning a narrow circle of disciples carefully selected from among his own students. Weishaupt gradually extended his recruitment efforts from the school to Munich and elsewhere, and special attention being given to enlistment of young men of wealth, rank, and social importance. From 1778 onward, Weishaupt Illuminati began to make contact with various Masonic lodges, where under the impulse of Adolf Franz Friedrich, Frior von Nigg, that sounds like a German name, one of their chief converts, and they often managed to gain commanding positions. And with all of this, nobody's better than the other person. So who am I to judge how people live their lives? I'm consistently working on myself on a daily basis. So a lot of that stuff goes into these secret societies, and they groom people to live this lifestyle. And sometimes it starts at in a lot of cases it starts at a really young age, So a lot of kids be getting sold into certain situations, particularly with these super ultra rich secret society type people. But how did the conspiracy develop? The Illuminati's modern day rendition don't take much inspiration from Bavarian. Okay, so now we getting somewhere. That culture at all. Instead, experts said the 1960s era of counterculture mania. Yeah, that's this kind of culture. And that's sort of the society we live in today. It's counterculture, in my opinion. It is so many people a part of this America, right here in America and other countries too, that they're attracted to counterculture. You know. But back in the 60s, it was all about the LSD, and the interest in Eastern philosophy is largely responsible for the group's totally unsubstantiated modern incarnation. That's where the conspiracy theories start coming in at. You know, uh, but I do believe people get trapped around the world. I do believe people that get trapped in being sexual slaves. I do believe that. It all began somewhere amid the summer of love and the hippie phenomenon when a small printed text emerged. So, a lot of people believe that. So according to this, um, the idea of this conspiracy of the Illuminati really started in the 60s. So it's different from what's supposed to be the original outset of it all. But sometimes you create something and it can turn into something else. And why do people believe in the Illuminati? Is there one thing social media likes even more than conspiracy theories? It's Easter egg hunts, searching for hidden clues. Yeah, that stuff like that keep the story going on and on and on and on. But back to the Jay-Z's and the P. Diddy's, And many people think that how P. Diddy treated other people is how he was treated. Many people think he was turned out by the Clive Davises and the Andre Harrells and the Russell Simmons. And I've said that on other episodes. Family, do me a favor, click that like button, click that subscribe button. I appreciate it. Is Jay-Z or P. Diddy part of the Illuminati? I mean, if you really pay attention to Jay-Z, and you listen to some of his music, he talks with a lot of bravado. He even talks some gangster stuff in his music. But if you look at his public persona has always been kind of squeaky clean. That's sort of what P. Diddy has done all these years. And I do believe that P. Diddy is a narcissist. So he will be incredibly concerned about his self-image. His self-image is grandiose. Jay-Z sort of the same way. But he always maintained this squeaky clean image. And that's pretty much what P. Diddy was doing. If they're a part of the Illuminati, I don't know. You all tell me. I don't know of them being a part of any group, but playing, some of the games that, well, I'm not going to say the games, some of the rituals that goes into these groups, grooming people to live out these sexual fantasies. I do believe it's a grown process that goes through all of this. That people may not believe till later on that they actually been abused. In a lot of cases, people be scared to come forward and they're embarrassed, and people just don't believe them. So I don't know if they're a part of these groups or they perform any type of rituals, but rituals goes into these types of groups. So who supposedly is a member of these groups, of this group? There's plenty of vlogs out there and documentaries that cover this type stuff. So over the years, numerous pop culture icons has been accused of having links to the Illuminati, from Beyonce, Jay-Z, Rihanna, Madonna, Kim Kardashian, and LeBron James. Beyonce's immense fame and popularity have long made her a favorite target for conspiracy theories. Yeah, they went in on Beyonce for sure. Definitely, they point out all these symbolism that goes into all that stuff, and these are actually true symbolism. Especially if you look in the Bible. The 666. The horse, the pink like horse, pale horse. Things of that nature, and people will highlight that type stuff. So it's a video out there, music video that was released a few years back from Childish Gambino, called "This Is America." And you go looking at in that video, it's pretty chaotic, but they do highlight the pale horse for sure. So Illuminati experts seized upon her halftime performance at the 2013 Super Bowl, when she made a diamond shape with her hands as an indicator of her affiliation with the group. Yeah, that's symbolism. And in gang culture, symbolism is a very important thing. And it actually triggers somebody's behavior. For sure. I do truly believe that. Jay-Z has also been accused of hiding secret symbols, such as goat imagery and devil horns in his music videos. A hand symbol affiliated with his former music label, Rockefeller Records, depicts a pyramid, one of the most well-known Illuminati logos. Yeah, when they talk about the Illuminati, they usually show that pyramid with the eye on the top of it. And it's actually on the back of the dollar bill. Like if you look on the back of a dollar bill, you'll see that pyramid on there. So the pyramid is widely associated with the Illuminati theory conspiracy. And Jay-Z was well known for publicizing that. Some musicians seem to enjoy deliberately playing with symbols connected to secret societies. And that's another thing, they can be doing that to make it look like they're part of these societies. And I think in P. Diddy's case, that he really pissed somebody off. And many people think it's those people from Ciroc. And before P. Diddy's arrest, maybe a couple of years before that, P. Diddy had been really talking a lot of black stuff, and that's not usual talk from somebody like P. Diddy. And I thought it was like a sudden change. He started talking about making people self-entrepreneurs and that type of nature, and that type of talk is not permitted in those type of groups. So it seemed like he was starting to buck the system. And he come out claiming that these people from Ciroc are racist and that type of thing, And I believe that he really pissed some people off. And the video of him and Cassidy, I believe they've been hanging that over his head for a while. I believe multiple people, and basically using his own tactics. He supposedly got videos on people in compromising positions that help you gain power over people. And it seems like they using a page from his book and using it against him. Yes, and I do think he was turned out by these executives. And sometimes when people are abused, they turn around and abuse other people. That's just my opinion. Click that like button, click that subscribe button. It's the LG Experience. This is Podcast Talk. I am your host, Mr. LG. I want to thank y'all for joining me for this episode. David Rockefeller, Henry Kissinger, Jacob Rothschild, and Queen Elizabeth II were all rumored to be members. Katy Perry once told Rolling Stone that the theory was preserved of weird people on the internet, but admits she was flattered to be named among the supposed members. Yeah, um, that's what conspiracy is all about. They will put your name in these groups and promise that you following all the rules and regulations that goes along with this stuff. So the question is, are they a part of the Illuminati? I don't know. What do y'all think? Leave me a comment. You tell me what you think. You know, uh, is the Illuminati real? I believe there are groups out there, but they might not be calling themselves Illuminati. And it was originally designed to be another type of religion. And a lot of these people are very young, like Justin Bieber. You got people like Usher, who have been around these things and seen some incredible things that they should not have seen at such a young age. You know, there's a video out there where they asked Usher would he take his kids to see some of the stuff that he saw. He was very adamant that he would not do that. So, and people question whether Beyonce was going to stay with Jay-Z or not, but she supposedly down with this movement. But right about now, I want to give the audience my 2 cents. Smile. Today is the tomorrow that you were worried about yesterday. So that's my 2 cents. Peace and love.